Good afternoon, Pinecrest Academy and Pinecrest Virtual Families. This is Principal Rudden. Just wanted to take an opportunity to touch base with you all before the school year got kicked off. I really can't believe that the summer is already over. It seems like it just flies by quicker and quicker every year. I'm sure as parents and guardians, you're ready for your students to get back to school and back into the flow of things. I know for myself included, with my kids, they're ready to get back into some routines. We hope everybody had a safe and wonderful summer. It was awesome to get to see and meet some of our families today at our meet and greet. So thank you for those who were able to attend and come out and see our campus, meet their teachers, and attend my parent informational event that I hosted. So thank you to all those families again, and I hope everybody has been having a wonderful summer. There's just a few updates that I wanted to be able to provide you all before the start of the school year, and so I'm going to kind of go through a list of those things, and then we'll hopefully see you soon and have a great 25-26 school year. So the first thing I wanted to make sure I was updating everybody on, I know we've sent information out already, is our free and reduced lunch program. So unfortunately this year, even though for the past 4 years we've been able to offer free lunch for all families at Pinecrest Cadence and Pinecrest Virtual, this year due to budgetary changes from a state level, not a school decision, we are unable to do that. That doesn't mean that we still will not offer the free and reduced lunch program. There are ways to definitely get signed up, and we encourage all families that have those needs to do so. Even if you think you might not qualify, I would still encourage you to seek out that information. There's a really user-friendly guide through the parent portal on Infinite Campus. I know Miss Dana has also sent out some emails, and we'll continue to communicate as we enter into the school year as far as getting you signed up if you need to be. Also, if you do have any questions concerning that, please feel free to reach out, because we want all kids' basic needs met at all times. And so if this is something that your family needs, please let us know so that we can help you through that process. With that said, we will still offer breakfast and lunch for those who qualify for free and reduced program. We also will still offer breakfast and lunch for anybody, but it would come at a cost, unfortunately, this year, which does differ from the previous few years. So wanted to make sure that that was transparent and out there for everybody. The next thing I wanted to touch on is a little shift that we're making this year as far as our mid-year award ceremonies. And just wanting to be forthright and transparent from the beginning, we have decided that we are going to shift away from having our mid-year award ceremonies in the same capacity that we have in previous years. It just always seems to be at a really tough time of the year, super hectic for everybody, including families. So the feedback that we received was that they really enjoyed the end of the year celebrations with their students. We still want the students mid-year to feel celebrated and rewarded. So we're going to continue to do a lot of those things, but we're just going to do them more in-house. We're trying to think of some creative ways and ideas to celebrate them, whether that's classroom parties or having like a small field day for elementary students who get those awards. So it's not that we're going to eliminate the awards. We still want to do the honor rolls and the attendance and all the different things that we've done in the past, but it will just be not as formalized as it has been in years past in our gym in the high school building. Instead, we'll still do the end of the year ceremony. That will continue. We won't change that. But we will change at least the formatting of how we're doing the mid-year ceremony for across the school K-12. And we'll, again, send out more communication, but I just wanted to get ahead of it, make sure I was letting you all know as a community that that was the direction that we were heading in. Hopefully it is received positively and well, because the goal is definitely not to take away from or not celebrate. Just again, based off the feedback and the timing of it, we felt like it was best to move in this direction so that we could continue to honor the students for their great achievements while doing it in a way that was conducive for all parties involved. So that's going to be a little change. Another change that I wanted to mention is we're going to go away from doing our parent impact meetings in the format that we did do in previous years, but we will still have some level of parent communication from the principal and from our leadership team. So what it will look like right now, it's called Rudden's Reports. I'm still open to any suggestions on naming that differently. My commitment to you all in the community is that we will send out a monthly report. It will be pre-recorded, and this will be something that, again, myself, the leadership team, deans, whoever wants to be involved in that process will put together a short 15 to 20 minute video, just going over kind of the same things that we would do through the parent impact meeting, highlights from each building, some of the upcoming events, trends that we're seeing as a school, ways that you can get involved and support, different programs to celebrate. So all the same kind of concepts, just done through a different way. And again, the reason for this is just based off of feedback and everybody's working schedules. We felt like this would be a more consistent way for us to communicate to you instead of us having to change schedules when things come up with parent impact meetings, and we get into the school year, things get busy, and sometimes we've had to shift those around. And so what we want to do is create consistency, so it's something that you can always depend on as a community, and that it will come out regularly, and that you're able to watch it at your own convenience, and then still obviously interact with us through those platforms as you have in the past. So it will be something a little bit different instead of it being live, but it will still be the same kind of concept and goals that we'll hopefully accomplish through that. And again, if it doesn't work and the community doesn't like that, then we'll shift back. We're able to pivot quickly and easily, but we just truly feel like this will be the best way to move forward, to continue to be candid, transparent, while also providing that consistency piece. So that will be one change as well. We did have some fees that increased in certain areas across the campus. Some specifically regarding our tech donations and things like that. And that was just purely because of cost increase from our distributors to us. We tried to absorb as much of that portion as we could as a school, but there was a small portion of the fee increases that we did have to pass along to the families. We always try to take those things into consideration because we know that many of you have multiple kids at our school, and the last thing we want to do is nickel and dime anybody. But we definitely did need to at least raise it a little bit, so we were breaking even on the costs that we were having to absorb when repairing those items. One of the things we did do proactively, specifically for middle school, is we purchased cases for all of our Chromebooks this year, which was a huge cost, but one where we felt like would really benefit our middle school students specifically, and hopefully eliminate or limit a lot of the damages that were occurring so that you don't have to incur some of those costs. Because the middle school students don't always think cognitively when they're throwing their backpacks around, and damages were happening, and we always hate to pass those along to the parents. But again, they have to have their Chromebooks, so we have to have them repaired, and the cost has to come from somewhere. So we did take proactive steps as a school, again, to try and invest in ways to limit those damages being done, and hopefully that's received well, but there is going to be some increases in costs as associated with technology. Along with that, please remember all students need to have headsets, or headphones, excuse me, headsets. I'm showing my age with that one, but headphones that connect to their computers to take their diagnostic tests in the first week of school. If they don't have them, they do have to purchase them from the school. It is a $20 cost to the students. They do get to keep them, but if you can get them, you can probably get them cheaper from a lot of different places. So please make sure they have the headphones for the first week of school so that they can take their diagnostic testing. A couple last things. As far as moving forward, we are adding a program. A lot of the families that were out here today heard about the program, especially our new parents, a program called How Is School Going? I'm extremely excited about this program. A lot of our other sister schools implemented it last year, and just received glowing feedback from their stakeholders as far as how much easier it was for them to get information on their students' attendance, grades, updates from behavior, just all the things involving your students day to day. It updates and syncs daily with Infinite Campus. It also updates grades hourly for you. The app is super user friendly. I'm a parent as well, and I use Infinite Campus and feel like I'm pretty competent in the usage of Infinite Campus, but even for me, using the Infinite Campus app is challenging at times. This app, How is School Going, is just beautiful and seamless. It's also color coded, there's graphs, there's explanations about each thing, and so and additionally it translates to languages. So if there's families in our community, because we are a diverse community, that maybe English isn't their first language spoken at home, they can hit the translate button and it changes it. So there's just a lot of really good aspects to this program, and it will be kind of your new platform to use when looking into your students' grades and updates. And I think you'll really enjoy that once you get an opportunity to explore and see all of its capabilities. You still will have to use Infinite Campus for some things, like paying fees. There will be a few things that don't transition over to How is School Going, but for most of the day-to-day stuff, How is School Going is going to be the new direction that you're going to want to head to keep up to date on your students' academic progress. And so I will send a flyer out later today that gives you login information and everything you need to know. And then we'll continue to send out more information as we get into the school year. Students will also have access to their own platform so that they'll be able to see exactly where they're at. And we're hoping that, you know, even conferences and things like that will be able to be student-led and student-driven, because they'll have this information at their fingertips and be able to really articulate where they're at in comparison to the rest of the students at their grade level. So excited about that. And then we also got some great news regarding our star rankings. We again achieved 4 and 5 stars across the board as a school. 5-star middle school, 5-star high school. We were a high 4-star elementary school. Our goal this year is 15 stars. And so I think we can accomplish that. We have an incredible team. And I have no doubt that we'll be able to hit the 15-star mark at the end of this school year. But I think a lot of credit is deserved across the board to all stakeholders. Parents, families, thank you for your support with your students' academics and making it a priority at home. Students, thank you for your hard work and your efforts, and also working hard and studying and putting in the work necessary to be successful. And then obviously our teachers and staff for all the work that they do to make lessons engaging, to put together a lot of project-based learning that is exciting and gets students involved. And so again, excited about the data that we got back from the state, and some good things are happening at a school level. We look forward to an incredible school year in the 25-26 school year coming up. The last thing I have is just, which you all already know, is car loop the first day. Please give us grace and patience. You know that things get worked out pretty quickly, and so we think we won't have the same issue as we did day one last year, because we're working with the system to make sure that doesn't happen. But you know, the first few days it kind of does take longer, but after a week or so we have it down to 20-25 minutes, and really it becomes an easy process. So give us some grace that first day or two. If you can, we'd appreciate it. And again, I look forward to serving this community for another year. I'm just so proud to be a part of an incredible organization and be a small part of a great team that we have here at Pinecrest Cadence. This is our 10th year, believe it or not, so we're hitting the decade mark as a school, and so really exciting things to happen, and look forward to seeing everybody early Monday morning and with smiles on their faces ready to go. And so thank you, hope you had a great summer, and we will see you on Monday.